Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to today's humble offering at His lotus feet on Mayilpeeli. Today we shall chant, learn and understand the slokas of Narayaneeyam Dasakam 27. Let us first chant the sloka and then understand the meaning. This Dasakam talks about the churning of the ocean of milk or Amrita Mathanam and the Supreme Lord's incarnation in the form of a tortoise. Once when Indra was cursed by sage Durvasa and became old and weak, and as a consequence to this curse, the Devas were also defeated by the Asuras. When all the Devas went to the Supreme Lord Vishnu, he suggested that they churn the ocean of milk to get nectar using a mountain mantra. When the mountain did not stand steady, Lord Vishnu took the form of a tortoise and lifted up the mountain. The Kurma avatara of Lord is described in this Dasakam. Dasakam 27, Sloka 1. Durvasa suravanitapta divyamalyam shakraya swayamupadaya tatra bhuyaha nagendra pratimudite shashapa shakram kakshantistvaditara devatam shajanam. The sage Durvasa once gave a celestial garland to Indra, which he had got from heavenly nymphs or celestial maidens or apsaras. Indra took the garland and put it on the neck of his elephant Airavata. The elephant Airavata pulled the garland out of its neck and crushed it under its feet. When sage Durvasa saw the garland being crushed by Indra's elephant, he cursed Indra. Sage Durvasa wanted to offer the celestial garland to a person who is worthy to receive it and had thought Indra is the person he would give it to. But since the garland was crushed, he felt the garland was not taken with honor and reverence, and sage Durvasa also thus felt disrespected. Hence, he cursed Indra. Here, Bhattadri says, since Durvasa was not born of you, O Lord, but was born of Rudra, tolerance was not one of his qualities, hence he got angry very soon. Dasakam 27, Sloka 2. Shapena pratitajareta nirjarendre deveshvapyasurachiteshu nishprabeshu Sharvadhya kamalajamethya sarvadevaha Nirvana prabhava samam bhavantamapuhu. O Lord, the bestower of liberation, Indra, who was once known as Nirjara, the unaging one, became aged, old and weak as a result of sage Durvasa's curse. His followers, the Devas, lost all their glory and were defeated by the Asuras. The gods, along with Shiva and others, went to Brahma, and they all took refuge in you, asking for help, is what we understand in this shloka. Dasakam 27, Sloka 3. Brahmadyaihi stutamahima chiram tadanim pradushyan varadapurah prarena damna He devaditi jakulair vidhaya sandhim Piyusham parimatateti paryashastvam. Brahma and the other gods sung your excellences, O Lord, and glory for a very long time. O Lord, the bestower of boons, you then manifested yourself before them in great glory and commanded them to make peace with the Asuras and then prepared to churn the milk ocean for nectar. Dasakam 27, Shloka 4. Sandhanam kritavati dhanavaihi suraughe manthanam nayati madhena mandharatrim brashtesmin vadaramivodvahan kagendre sadyastvam vinihitavan payappayodhau. Devas entered into a peace pact with the Asuras and with great pride carried the Mantara mountain for use as a churning rod for churning the ocean of milk. The mountain slipped and fell from their hands on the way. Then, O Lord, you who was seated on Garuda, the king of birds, lifted it effortlessly as if it were a tiny berry like the badara fruit, and soon installed it in the milk ocean, is what Bhattadri says in this sloka. Dashakam 27, sloka 5. Adhayadrutamata vasukim varastram pato dau vinihita sarva bijajale prarabde matana vidhau surasuraistaihi vyajastvam bhujagamukhe karo surarin. Then quickly placing Vasuki, the serpent, as the churning rope, the Devas and Asuras started the process of churning the ocean of milk in which all kinds of herbs and seeds were embedded. You then cleverly and cunningly made the Asuras hold the head end of the serpent near its mouth, which is what Bhattadri says in this sloka. Dashakam 27, sloka 6. Shubdhadrau shubita jalodhare tadanim dugdhabdau gurutara bharato nimagne deveshu vyatitatameshu tatpriyaishihi pranaishihi kamatatanum katora prishtam. Due to the force and vigor of the churning of the ocean, the Mantara mountain, which was used as a churning stick, due to its own heavy weight, was seen sinking into the ocean. When the Devas saw the mountain sinking, they were very distressed. Here Bhattadri says, O Lord, the all-pervading being, you then assumed the form of a tortoise with its outer shell, which was harder than diamond, with the intention of helping the Devas. Dashakam 27, sloka 7. Vajrati stiratara karparena Vishnu vistarat parigata laksha yojanena ambho dehe kuharagatena varshmanatvam nirmagnam shitidaranata munnineta. O Lord Vishnu, when the ocean was thus vigorously churned, the churning stick, the Mantara mountain, due to its own weight, began to sink in the rolling waters below. Seeing the distress of the gods, you took the form of a tortoise which had a hard outer shell, harder than diamond, and its width spanning 1,00,000 of yojanas, dived deep into the ocean, and you lifted up the sinking mountain on your back, which was harder than a thunderbolt, and its width spanning 1,00,000 of yojanas, which means that Lord Tortoise's form was so huge it filled the entire width, depth and breadth of the ocean. The Supreme Lord thus takes the Kurma Avatara to lift the Mantara mountain, which lay sunken in the ocean, and held it in place during the Amrita Mathanam, or the churning of the ocean of milk. Dashakam 27, sloka 8. Unmagne jatiti tadadara dharendre nirmetu drudamiha sammadena sarve avishayadvitaya ganepi sarparaje vaivashyam parishamayanna vivrittastan. As the Lord of mountains emerged from the water, there was gaiety all around. Everyone became extremely joyous, showered flowers, and praised the Supreme Lord. Then the gods and demons churned the ocean with great force, redoubled vigor and enthusiasm. At that time, O Lord, you entered the hearts of the two groups, the Deva group and the Asura group, and the Lord of Serpent Vasuki enthused them and drove away their fatigue and invigorated them, is what we understand in this sloka. Dashakam 27, sloka 9. Uddhama Brahmana Javon Namad Girindra Yastaika Stiratara Hasta Pankajam Tvam Abhrante Vidigirishadhaya Pramodhat Udbhranta Nunuvurupata Pushpavarshaha. Here Bhattadri says, to prevent the Mantara mountain from being toppled owing to the vigorous churning and the consequent speedy revolution, you held it firmly in place with your lotus-like hands. On saying this, Shiva, Brahma and others showered flowers on you from the heavens and sang your praises. The whole scene was so wonderful, and all the Devas and Asuras were full of wonder and filled with delight. Dasakam 27, Sloka 10. Daityauge bhujagamukha nilena tapte tenaiva tridashakule pikinchidatre karunyatava kila deva varivaha parvarshan namaragana nadaitya sanghan. Then the poisonous breath emanating from the serpent's mouth made the demons feel parched and uncomfortable as they were holding the head portion of the serpent Vasuki. The gods also felt the heat, but to a lesser extent, as they were in the rear. Owing to your mercy, O Lord, the clouds rained water on the side where the gods held the churning stick. But the demons did not receive any rain, is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Dashakam 27, Shloka 11. Udbhramyat bahutimi nakra chakravale Tratrabdau chiramati nirvikare ekastvam karuyuga krishta sarparajaha samrajan bhavanapuresha pahirogad. In spite of being churned for long, the ocean remained unchanged, though multitudes of fishes, crocodile and other aquatic creatures were thrown up and swimming round in agitation. Then, O Lord, you alone, shining brilliantly with your two hands, pulled the two ends of the serpent Vasuki and started churning the ocean all by yourself. Here Bhattadri says, O Lord of Guruvayur, please relieve me of my diseases. He prays like he always does in all the shakams. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam, Govinda, Govinda, Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste, Shri Hare Namaha, Shri Mahaperiyava Sharanam.